Being is the input of doing.
Being is the input.
Being is the input. Doing is the output. So if you'll become the person, you won't be able to help but do the thing. But guess what? Doing is the output of being. But doing is the input for having.
Right.
What's up, guys? Fit to Flourish, back with another episode of Vet Talk. Back in the vet. I decided, I was like, you know what? Let me get in the vet and do some vet talks, because I feel like it's a good little motivation for people, but also it's a pretty cool kind of a scene here. But today I wanted to talk mainly about belief. All right, I wanted to talk about belief and how belief in who you are being, and who you think you are, how that can take you to the next level in life. Okay, I've been helping a lot of traders. I've helped a lot of traders make a lot of money. I got one trader made $100,000 in a week, and she's very profitable now. And we're going to be doing some interviews too for you guys to kind of let you see, hey, what are we doing? How are we getting money? How are we being fit physically, spiritually, mentally, and financially, right? So in this video, like I said, I want to talk about belief and how belief in yourself and belief in who you are can transform your life instantly. Okay, and how it transformed my life. So essentially, the way to get what you want in life is going to just be to believe and to convince yourself, be convicted in who you are. And that who you are portion doesn't necessarily mean like, okay, well, I'm 20 years old, I'm out of shape, and I don't have a job. No, that's probably who you are right now. Like on paper, that's probably who you are right now. But who you are going to be is who you need to be now. What do I mean? What do I mean by that? Hey, what do you mean by that, Fit? I mean, the version of yourself that you want to be, you need to convince yourself right now that that is you, because you're going to get there anyways. You're gonna get there anyways. Okay, so you might as well just be that person now. Be that version of yourself right now. Start acting like it right now. Start doing the things that version of yourself would do. Do it now, because you're gonna get there anyways. And if you were so convicted that you were going to get there, then you would start doing it now anyways. You start preparing. In a lot of ancient scriptures, they say start to prepare as if you're going to get the thing that you desire. Okay, prepare for it now. All right, I still got my badge on. But anyways, prepare right now. All right, be convicted. And one concept that I wanted to talk about was like doing things and being that person now. So for me, I want to be the best options trader in the world. All right, and the best options trader in the world, what does that look like? It's someone who's waiting for trades, who's very patient, who's very knowledgeable about the subject, and who practices all the time. That's who I am being, and that's what I'm doing now. Because I know, like when I first started, I was like, I don't know anything about options, but I started to be that version of myself. I was like, you know what? Just because I'm confused about options and stuff doesn't mean that that's all I'm ever going to be. I know that I'm going to be the best. So let me start acting like it right now. So I started studying, reading the charts, learning about stocks, options, derivatives. And I started talking to others who were already in that field doing the thing. Okay. I started to get in that energy of being that version of myself that I wanted to be. And then I became convicted. I was like, you know what? I'm telling myself right now, I'm already the best. I'm already the best. Who cares if I don't have the 100 million, billion, bajillion dollars right now? I know I'm already going to get that. And how am I going to get that? By being that version of myself right now. That's how you collapse time. All right. And we go into depth about some of these concepts in a lot of my other videos. Okay. But essentially today I wanted to talk to you about what can you do? Okay. And how should you think about this? Because everything in this universe, all is mind, the universe is mental. And that's stated in the Kybalion. All right. But essentially, this is how to think about it. All right. When you get something, like for me, I was like, oh, like at first I was like, oh man, I don't think I can get that Corvette. That thing costs 120 bands. I was like, no. Like, oh, I have the money, but then I was like, I need like 100 bands more to like to be comfortably affording this, because I want to have a lot of cushion just in case I want to leave and do whatever I want to do, right? So I was like, I need a lot of cushion. So what did I do? Well, I acted like, and I would visualize having the Corvette. I would start to look up Corvette parts and I was acting like I already had the Corvette. So I was like, okay, well, I'm probably gonna order like this accessory, that accessory. And I started looking up what streets I was gonna drive down, so I could drive kind of fast. I started to look up all these different things about the Corvette as if I already had it, right? And I started to visualize myself. I watched videos and I started to visualize myself driving the Corvette. And then what you can't do is you can't act like it's something so incredible, like you can never do it, because then you're going to remain the version of yourself that could never do it. You need to act like, yeah, this is normal. So to get what you want, you have to act as if that thing is normal. For instance, right now, you probably have shoes. Okay, you probably have shoes. You wear the shoes every day, and it's like so normal to you, you don't even think about it. That's how normal it needs to be. Whatever you want to get, wherever you want to be in life, it has to be something that is so normal. Whatever it's going to take for you to get there, you got to do that. That's why some people do meditation. Some people do visualization. Some people do affirmations. Okay, all these Asians got me looking Haitian. No, just kidding. All these Asians though, but like, you got to do what you got to do in order to make you think that it is normal. All right, as normal as wearing a pair of shoes. Now, to someone who doesn't have a pair of shoes, they're probably in somewhere impoverished, and they're like, man, if I could only get those pairs of shoes. They don't know what it feels like. Well, you got to put yourself in that feeling. What does it feel like to have that thing? What does it feel like to be that person? You got to be that person right now. If you don't know what it feels like or how it is to have it, you need to study it, and then start acting like it right now. Okay, and it needs to be as normal as someone calling your name. So that's another point I wanted to bring up. Whatever you want, wherever you want to be in life, it needs to be as normal as someone calling your name. Now, what do I mean by that? So when I say that, it's like when someone says, hey, Fit, what's up, man? Fit, it's like, oh, that's me. Hey, Fit, oh, that's me. That's your identity, right? That's your identity. So you need to create that identity for yourself. Who are you? The best trader in the world? Oh, hey, he's the best trader in the world. And then you look, because that's you. Hey, Fit. And you look, that's you. Or if you want to be the fastest player in the NFL, well, they say, oh yeah, he's the fastest player. And you look, because you know that's you. They're like, oh yeah, that's Fit. He's the fastest. Yeah. Oh, you look, that's you. Fit. Yo, you look, because that's you. You need to embody that. That is you. Okay. Now, if someone said, oh yeah, that's that slow guy. That's Charles. Hey, Charles. Hey, Charles, are you going to turn? No, you're not the slow guy. You're not Charles. And they're like, they tap you. They're like, man, Charles, what's up, Charles? And you're like, okay, whatever. Because you're convicted that your name is Fit. Your name is Fit, bro. Like, your name is not Charles the fuck. So it doesn't bother you. It doesn't affect you. And that's how 3D reality is. So what's happening to a lot of people in 3D reality is like, right now, your bank account might be acting funny. It might say like negative 3K or something, okay? Negative 3K or negative 500 or something, I don't know. And you probably can't pay your rent, right? But that's the universe calling you, hey, Charles. You're like, this doesn't reflect who I am right now, okay? This may reflect who I was being in the past, but the only time that exists is right now. That doesn't reflect who I am right now. So when the universe is trying you, or when people are acting funny around you, you have to be convicted, and you have to know that this is not me. That's not me. Okay, that's not me. My name is Fit. My name is not Charles. And you have to act like it's normal. Like, yeah, okay, I see it says negative 500. I don't care, because that's not me. And you got to keep doing what you're doing and being who you're being. Because some people say it's a test. It can be looked at as a test. But essentially, what I said in another video is, whenever you see a difference between who you're being and what you're getting out of life, a lot of the time you're seeing a reflection of who you were in the past. And it's not the universe testing you. It's you becoming more aware of how different you are now and how great you are now. And you're looking at some of the 3D things. And you're like, dang, dude, negative 500. That's how bad I was. Look at who I'm being right now. You have to understand, who am I being right now? Who you're being right now is probably $1 million person. It's probably $100 million. And you just have to be patient, okay? Be patient and allow the 3D reality to do what it's doing. Because today, it might say negative 500, but tomorrow, it's going to say 100 million, because that's who you're being now. And what you're getting in 3D reality is just a rendering of who you were being in the past. So who you're being now is going to be reflected sometimes instantaneously, but a lot of time it's going to be reflected in the future. So just continue to stay in that same frequency and be that same person who you think you are. Okay. The last part about this whole belief thing is I wanted to bring up something that one of Bashar's teachings. So if you guys don't know who that is, it's Daryl Anka. He talks a lot about manifestation and becoming the best version of yourself. And that's kind of what I like to stay around. I don't like to be around like the toxic manifestation stuff, but I do like to kind of look around at the positive mentalism around it and the positive aspects around becoming your highest version. So one thing that he says is this is how to tell. This is a test, and I want to leave you guys with this. This is a test to see who do you think you currently are. Okay, who do you think you are now? And what are some of the thoughts around different things? This will tell you who you think you are. Okay, so for instance, he said, and this is a good example of like how I did it too. He said, all right, let's say you're always taking the bus, you're walking, you're taking the bus. So I'm talking about me, how I used to be walking, taking the bus, right? You're doing that all the time, but you want to get a Corvette, right? You want to get a Corvette. So he tells you, he tells you to do the time test. So he asks the question. The question is, if I said it could take you 15 years to get this Corvette, okay? And keep in mind, it's like $120,000. Okay, so if it's gonna take you, if I say it's gonna take you 15 years to get this, or it's can you get this? Can you see yourself getting this in 15 years? Would you say yes? And most people are gonna be like, yeah, 15 years. Yeah, give me 15 years, I can get it. He says, what about 10? They're like, yeah, 10 years. I think, yeah, 10 years. 10 years to get 120K. Yeah, I can get it. And he says, all right, what about 1 year? And then they go, 1 year? I don't know, man. 1 year. So the whole idea here is, who do you think you are? And who you think you are is going to determine how long you think it's going to take to get the thing that you want. Does that make sense? So for instance, if you're someone who is 100 millionaire and you want to be that person who makes who is 100 millionaire, who makes 100K a day, right? You make $200,000 a day or $200,000 a week, right? If you want to be that person, then wouldn't you say a year? Yeah, of course, that's nothing. Okay, a year, I can get that easy. 10 years, I'll have 10,000 cars. Okay, so what are the beliefs around who you are? You need, and what do you think you need to do to become that version? Okay, so thinking about it, like if I said a year you need to have 120K, you'd be like, all right, well, 120K to buy that car. Man, I probably am gonna have to be someone who is very hardworking, someone who knows people, someone who is financially savvy, someone who has a skill, and you need to start to embody that version of yourself right now. So whatever it is you want, maybe you want a pair of shoes. Think about how long you think it's gonna take you to get it, and then you need to think about, hey, why can't I get it sooner? What am I telling myself about the version of myself that I am right now that doesn't align with who I want to be? So hopefully that makes sense. Anyways, the way to get things that you want in life, vet talk, we're back in the vet, but the way to get the things that you want out of life, okay? The experiences, the joy, the people, the peacefulness, bliss, happiness, fulfillment that you want out of life. The way to get that is to be the version of yourself that you want to be. Be that person now. Do the things that they would do, and then inevitably you will have everything that you have ever
input. You become. The output is you do the thing.
But see, the desire, the God-given desire that we have, we desire to have the stuff. Yeah, I know all that. I know you told me to read the books, but I want to have the stuff, right? And so what happens is we get so focused on the stuff, we say, okay, well, you got to go do this. And they say, okay, I'm going to do it. I tried and it didn't work. Right, you tried and it didn't work because you attempted to do something that was outside of your ability. Remember I said a couple days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, every human being on earth is doing 100% of everything they can do, who they are right now.
Say it one more time.
Every human being on earth is already doing 100% of everything they can do, who they are right now. Everybody's already maxing out their current ability. You're doing everything you can, who you are. Now, you're not maxing out your potential, but you're just maxing out your ability. you're doing everything you can do until you become more than you are. And then you'll be able to do more than you're doing.